All right, welcome fellow founders to this explainer. Look, here at the DigiPalms, we're doing something a little special today. We're actually opening up our private playbook. We want to show you exactly how to build a business model that, actually survives the real world. Because you might have a genuinely incredible product, but do you actually have the engine to drive it forward? Well, let's build it together. Now, here's a harsh reality we see literally every single day in the startup space. A fantastic, brilliant product with absolutely zero clear monetization strategy is pretty much doomed to sink. It's like the quote says, without the right business model, you're basically building a house on quicksand. The model you choose isn't just an afterthought. It dictates every single aspect of your venture's survival. So let's dive into the DigiPalms master plan. Today, we're going to cover avoiding the quicksand, phase 1, which is foundation building, phase 2, covering market testing, phase 3 for model optimization, and finally, what happens beyond those first 90 days. Let's jump right in.
Starting right off with Section 1, Avoiding the Quicksand, the Ultimate Roadmap.
Okay, so take a look at how your next 90 days are going to break down. It's a highly structured 3-phase sprint. We've got days 1 to 30 for foundation building, days 31 to 60 for market testing, and then days 61 to 90 for optimization. Notice something missing there? We're absolutely not chasing sales on day 1. We are building methodical systems first and scaling second. Moving right along to Section 2, Phase 1, Foundation Building. This is all about laser focus and, honestly, total restraint. Listen, you absolutely must nail this one-sentence value proposition, and you really need to do it in your first 5 days. For our target customer who has this need, our product provides this key benefit, unlike our competitive alternatives. You have to refine this until it is razor sharp. Because if you can't clearly state exactly who your customer is, what they desperately need, and how you beat the competition, well, no amount of clever marketing jargon is going to save you. And please, let's talk about tech paralysis, because it's a total momentum killer. Your infrastructure right now should be the absolute bare minimum for your specific model. Building a subscription business? Honestly, you just need Stripe and a super basic CRM. Doing direct-to-consumer? Grab an e-commerce platform and simple inventory management. That's it. Do not overcomplicate the whole shebang on day 6. Stick strictly to the essentials. And when you're building out that minimum viable product, which should be hitting the ground running by day 25, we need you to be brutally honest with yourself. Ruthlessly contrast what is truly essential to deliver core value right now versus what can wait for later. Try to limit your launch features to just 5 to 7 absolute must-haves. Look, the MVP doesn't need to be pretty. It just needs to solve the core customer problem so you can start learning from them immediately. All right, shifting gears into month 2, Section 3, Phase 2, Market Testing. It's time to face reality. Look, nobody likes negative feedback, right? It stings. But honestly, it is your ultimate survival roadmap. You have to systemize it. First, document every single customer interaction. Second, hunt for the recurring patterns. Are they all complaining about your pricing tier or mentioning the exact same competitor? And third, categorize that feedback into immediate, actionable fixes versus future planned improvements. Embrace the conflict, guys. It's how you grow.
And here's the thing, you can't fix everything all at once. There's just no way. So you need to rate potential adjustments on an impact score from 1 to 10 against 3 critical pillars: customer acquisition, conversion rate, and retention. You want to guarantee you're only spending your precious time on the high-priority adjustments that are actually going to massively move the needle. Then, as we hit days 54 to 60, it's time to start building out your ecosystem. You need to target specific partners based directly on your model type. If you run a marketplace, you're going to need supply-side acquisition partners. If you're running freemium, look for premium content providers. Establishing just 1 or 2 of these key partnerships before day 60 is literally vital for cementing that foundation we talked about. Which brings us to Section 4, Phase 3, Model Optimization, where we actually start scaling up. First rule of this phase, please stop tracking vanity metrics. Your weekly performance dashboard should only have the 5 to 7 critical KPIs that actually define success for your specific model. Subscription founders, you should be obsessing over monthly recurring revenue and churn rate. Marketplace founders, keep your eyes glued to transaction volume and your take rate. Let the cold, hard data make your optimization decisions for you. Now, to tackle those annoying growth bottlenecks, you absolutely must crush friction points. Basically, those areas where users just struggle, drop off, or get completely confused. Prioritize them with a really simple formula.
Take the impact of the problem, multiply it by the number of affected users, and divide it by how difficult it is to fix. This priority score dictates exactly where you should spend your energy to simplify things like clunky signups or confusing pricing models. And just like that, day 90 is approaching. This is where you look to the future. You analyze your current acquisition channels, double down hard on the marketing that actually works, and lock in your next 90-day growth plan. You need ruthless, measurable quarterly targets and a concrete roadmap that dictates exact resource allocation for your company's next phase of life.
Finally, we arrive at Section 5, Beyond the 90 Days, the Living System.
Surviving the initial sprint is amazing, but now you have to stay just a little bit paranoid. You need to constantly monitor for warning signs. If you start seeing margin compression, even though your overall revenue is growing, or if your customer acquisition costs are spiking without a bump in lifetime value, well, your model requires immediate incremental optimization. Regular reviews and strategic evolution are literally the only things that will keep you alive long term. At the DigiPalms, we firmly believe that systematic implementation beats reactive scrambling every single time. So take a hard look at your venture right now. Are you building on bedrock, or are you already sinking in quicksand? So what is the very first step you're going to take today to begin this journey? Choose your model, gather your resources, and start building. Thanks so much for joining us in this explainer, and we'll catch you next time.